that Coach Hill is back. You know what I'm saying? So major shout out to Coach Hill. He is back in the building, and we have the magnanimous return, and from what I'm understanding, it's been returned of the ABA. Everybody, the ABA,
Yes,
American Basketball Association, is back.
It's that time.
It's back. So we're here. We're gonna do. I met this gentleman. A few weeks ago, I was going to take my daughter to get her teeth cleaned, and in the parking lot, I saw a brother with an ABA shirt. I was super excited about it. It reminded me of my old co-host, because he's old, not old like used to be, but old as in he's an old man, like your ass. What is it? Thought of him when I saw the ABA shirt on this brother's chest, and he works for the ABA, and we want to give a major shout out to Damon Cannon is in the house, everybody. He is an executive working with the American Basketball Association, and he has been with them for 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Now, who knew that the ABA has been back for the last 5 years? I did not know. We're going to figure that out today. But, Damon, thank you, brother, for first off seeing you when I was getting my my daughter's teeth cleaned, and you taking the time to do the show. So you've been working for the ABA for 5 years. I want to jump into the ABA, but I want to know about you. You know what I'm saying? Like what we discussed earlier, you're from St. Louis. You're from North City.
North County.
North County. Y'all consider Riverview County, huh?
Yeah,
I thought
it's still
that was
county.
City. Okay, I thought that was.
My
I thought that was
taxes
city.
say it's county. That's what.
Then it's definitely county then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you from Riverview. From what I heard, you graduated at '89. Goddamn.
That's right. The best.
Same year as Coach Hill. Yeah, I'm an '80s baby, so
Right.
I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
But you did that, and so you started football. Football, I guess, was your second love, which I'm kind of surprised you all into basketball right now. But
Right.
football was your second love. Your first love was wrestling.
Right.
Now, what's that about? Like, how'd you get into wrestling?
Well, first, let me just say I'm a sports fanatic.
There we go.
Whatever
Okay.
the sport is, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure it out. Now,
Yeah.
some things I ain't going to watch that long. I ain't going to sit there and watch all the golf highlights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But whatever the sport is, I'm about it.
Damn right.
Football was the game I loved to play. Wrestling is different because you just a man out there. You got to be able to do your own thing.
That's true.
If you can't get out there and make it happen, ain't nobody to help you up, ain't nobody to turn it over.
Sir.
You can't tag in like WWF, so
all
you
on
just
you.
got to do whatever.
That's right.
And so I just
100%
learned
correct.
that passion and the intensity of amateur-style wrestling, and I love that. Not enough to go on and play it in college.
Right.
Because you also got to be in crazy shape.
You do.
You got to be in impeccable shape and compete. They wanted me. You see me now. They wanted me to wrestle like 160 in college, and I was like, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now,
it ain't gonna happen.
If I can interject for a second, because what you're saying is one thing I want a lot of parents to understand and know, because I've said this to a lot of parents and kids. When you have a child that's in high school that is a lineman or a linebacker, would you say it would be imperative that they wrestle?
Oh man,
It would be it's like the best thing for you if you're a lineman. It's only gonna it's only gonna make you millions.
It would make you
Right.
more agile.
That's
Make
all
you
you gonna
better.
do.
Yeah.
Robert Quinn,
right?
4-year state champion wrestling.
Wow.
Because you got to think about it. Like it's leverage.
Yeah.
What is playing on the line?
Yeah.
Leverage.
Yeah.
You tell this to people and they look at you like you crazy, and I'm like,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
it makes common sense.
Yeah.
And
Leverage.
Explain that from someone who actually lived that.
Leverage, quickness, intensity. You got a wrestling match is 6 minutes, and most people can't survive it. Mm-hmm. It's just 6 minutes.
6
three
minutes is a long time.
2-minute
Sure
periods. But you locked in with somebody for 2 minutes. Football play, we locked in for 5-6 seconds.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can get it in those few seconds, and you learn the quickness, that first step, your first move, how to use your hands,
Right.
your coordination and stuff like that, change directions, all those things like that are just gonna make you more dominant on the football field.
Right.
And that's actually how I got into wrestling. My freshman coach was like, "Hey, you want to be a better football player? You need to come over here and do wrestling in the off season."
Wow.
And he brought us
Okay.
in, and that's how we got hooked. Me, some of my guys, Jesse Lane, Byron, all of us, we came over just doing that.
Who are these people? These guys you play
These
with?
guys from the View, yeah, we
Okay.
played with back in the day, and
Okay.
that just made us great, and it made us better people.
Right. Right.
Definitely made us better people.
Doing the wrestling and the football.
doing the wrestling and the football.
Right.
And then I did baseball in the spring. So.
Dang. Okay, so you played all. Well, where the hell is where the basketball at?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Everybody that knows me, they like, how you end up in basketball? That's the one thing you never
tall. He not
So you ain't got to be tall to play
That's
ball.
why he didn't hoop.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be tall to play ball.
No, back then
you did.
You
though.
needed some height.
For real?
Oh, you wasting your time.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
better be cold if you was
Right.
this man's size
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to hoop in St. Louis.
Unless
Yeah.
you like Muggsy Bogues or
You know what I'm
something.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because where I'm from, and plus I've seen cats on the collegiate level as well. They may not have height, but if you good, you know what I'm saying?
Perfect
At
example.
all levels.
The athletic director at your son's high school hooped at his high school.
Cardinal Ritter, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and you see
Class
how
of
tall
89.
he is.
I think I seen that brother maybe one time.
Robert Wallace was nice.
That's his name, Robert Waller. Okay.
Nice, and
Yeah.
he was just one of many who were nice. But he was holding it down for Riverview. Riverview had some nice hoop squads.
Okay, that's what's up. So wrestling definitely helped you with your football.
Yeah.
You did baseball in the spring.
Yeah.
How long did you play that?
Baseball was actually my first sport.
Wow.
That's the first thing I played was baseball. I was a legacy from baseball. My dad played. My granddad played.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, here's your ball and glove. Go out there and do what you do.
Right.
What position?
So, outfielder.
That's what's up.
I was quick. So I can hold it down in center field. I can get in the gap and make those plays.
Right.
But yeah, loved it, man. I played baseball through high school.
Okay.
But I always wanted to be a football player. I always wanted to be a college football player.
Right.
Strange enough, I never thought I'd go pro. Because,
Okay.
again, I was too short. Mm-hmm. And back then, I always told a funny story about your boy that played here with the Rams. That
Which
was
one?
too short. I'm trying to think of his name, and I lost it. But,
It's all good.
yeah, he was too short. And I was like, they always told me you had to be. I went to Tulsa. I played with Barry Minner.
London Fletcher.
London Fletcher. That's what
Oh,
I'm
he
trying
was
to think
cold.
of.
Yeah, he was cold.
Yeah, London Fletcher was
But he was
5'9".
too
Good call,
short.
good
He's
call,
5'9".
Yeah, yeah.
So we was like the same height.
Don't matter.
And in my mind, they had always programmed us, you got to be Barry Minner that played at Tulsa with me, played at the Bears for a few years, was 6'3". And they was like, yeah, Barry, you, go sit down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, that's kind of what was in my mind. So I just had wrote off the idea of playing pro ball. I did what I did in college and was ready to go.
Okay.
Got to play some semi-pro with the Bulldogs and loved that.
Damn. So you were at SEMO. How long were you at SEMO?
I graduated from there.
Graduated from
So,
there.
I was there
That's
for
what I'm
4
talking about.
years.
What'd you get?
Marketing.
Oh, bad. Okay.
Yeah,
That leads to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So then, so you graduated from SEMO. You did semi-pro with who?
The St. Louis Bulldogs.
What league was that?
That we were in the North American Football League back then.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's changed since then.
How long did you play there?
About 3 or 4 years I played with them.
Yeah.
Then I started a team and coached for a while.
Okay.
In the semi-pro ranks. The St. Louis Spirit
Wow.
was a football team first.
They took. Did you know that? Did you know that the Spirits was also a football team? What?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
In that same league?
Same league.
Wow.
Yeah, and we didn't have as much success on the field as others, but man, great opportunity to impact a lot of young men's
Right.
life.
How big
And,
was this
people-
league? When was this formed?
Oh,
How
it was
long
huge.
It was
Yeah, I mean,
What's
it
the
was
name of it
like
again?
The North American Football League.
North American Football League.
Yeah,
So you had an ABA premonition back then.
right,
Pretty
The
much.
name of the team.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was already feeling it.
Yeah. But how long? When was this league formed? Is it still around?
It's not still around.
Okay.
It's not still around. They still have semi-pro football,
Yeah.
but the league is gone.
How many teams?
Ooh, at that time we had probably almost 100 teams at
What?
that time.
Dang,
in
all
that league.
all across the country?
All across the country.
What year was this?
Ooh, 90s, 98
Wow. So that's when it was at its peak.
at the peak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just like a lot of things, people got greedy.
Yeah.
Everybody started seeing the dollar signs, and we could do bigger, better, and then end up chopping it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
And going doing different leagues and all that.
Yeah,
See, you always better stronger together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which leads to the ABA.
Right.
The
right.
ABA is now the largest. You didn't know it, but they're the largest pro basketball league in the nation. We've got over 150 teams nationwide.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, break
Okay.
it on in.
Before we get there, because I know you're trying to get there.
All right, I'm cool.
Right on. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you're after you're done like running and basically you're running that team and coaching that North American Football League team.
Mm-hmm.
What do you after that team? You stop doing that. What happens now?
Like I said, I coached for a minute, and I always had an aspiration of doing, running the basketball part, trying to get my Jerry West on.
Why though? Because like we mentioned, baseball, wrestling, football. You have a serious love for football.
Right.
Why you want to run? Why you want to be Jerry West?
I was a fan.
Okay.
I was a fan, and I'm
Of
sorry.
Jerry?
I'm
Of the
sorry to
logo?
say I was a Lakers fan.
Oh damn! And then we knew it was something.
We was
where
close.
is it at? Where is it at?
Close
Good
all this
God!
time, but I got to
Where is it?
represent.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
God, no.
I was a Lakers fan. I grew up in the '70s, and I'm Showtime. I'm all about Showtime.
What'd you think about Winning Time?
I enjoyed the series. It was
Wasn't it
really
good?
enlightening.
It was so good.
It was really.
Now you know
enlightening.
all that was not factual, right?
No, but it was
Shout
good
out Kurt
entertainment.
Rambis.
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, it was not 100% factual.
No, but it was entertaining.
It
though.
was. Yes, it was.
It was entertaining.
Coach, have you watched any of Winning Time yet, or you refuse?
It's probably against his religion. Yeah.
And see, it shouldn't be, because here's the thing: he loves Cap.
Right.
He loves the captain.
Right.
So why would you not? And the Cap is a star of this. You know what I'm saying?
I was alive.
You gotta
I
talk
know
to the
what
mic, bro.
happened. I was alive. I know what happened during the 80s.
Yeah, but it was some stuff in this you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Unless you read Jeff
I
Portman's
know about
book.
I know
Winning Time.
about I know about Tragic Johnson. I know about that.
He didn't want to.
about it, right?
He didn't want to see his boys go down and be
Right.
out the playoffs.
Right.
Not even make it to the finals. All that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. This is my. I'm just gonna say this because you're gonna hear me say some things. Talk about your team.
Right.
I can't stand the LA Fakers. I call them Fakers. That's what they is. I can't stand them on no level. But them '80s Lakers,
Right.
Like them '80s Lakers, that '80s team that helped, basically him and them and the team that my man got on his chest, basically held the league up like goddamn Superman and shit, and
Right.
catapulted the league to a whole nother level. And then
Facts.
GOAT came and took it overseas and took it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the Lakers and the C's in the '80s, I don't know who we'd be talking about NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? So. I love that. You cannot hate. Even I'm a diehard Celtic fan, always been, because I'm from there. I was born and raised.
Right.
But you gotta love that Laker team. That Laker team's so damn dope.
I don't see how you could love any other team unless you just live in Boston or something.
Exactly. You know what I'm
You
saying? Or like you from other cities. You don't
Well, you
like,
don't have a
you know,
team.
yeah, but
It's easy.
You don't have a team, so you have
Yeah.
to cheer for them.
But
I get it.
We was around the same age.
Yeah.
We both was at the damn crossroads in 1980. I don't
Right.
know why he was blind and chose that route
Right.
when he could. It was obvious. All you had to do was pick the green and white.
Tell him, Coach.
I don't know how he was
Tell him.
blinded by this purple and yellow
He
trash.
probably fell for that racist,
Man.
that racist bullshit. Oh, Boston don't like black folks. Boston don't have no black people on the team, even though the whole team had black. It was
And
black
actually,
folks up and down.
seriously, piggybacking off what he said was part of the reason why I rolled with Boston, because it was so many Laker fans. And it's like, wait a minute,
So you was a hater.
no,
You was a
No,
was a
he
Laker
wasn't a hater.
hater.
Let him explain.
I'm like, wait a minute. They got the most chips. I mean, think about it. They always own. Both of them is always on.
Yup.
I'm like, they got the most chips over here. I like how both of them play. But
And they had the black folks.
man, they got Bill
First.
Russell. This is Boston.
Yeah.
It wasn't it was no debate for me.
Right.
It
I'm a
was like,
Showtime kid.
Right.
So I came in the Showtime era.
Yeah,
That's
I get
where I
that.
fell in love.
Yeah.
And that's where I first saw it. And in fairness, at the time, my dad was in LA.
Okay.
So,
there you go.
So he
Yeah, that's
trained me
another
right
part
off
of
the jump
Yeah.
to be a Lakers fan.
Okay.
So that's what I was inducted
Blinded
with.
that
And
poor
it was
child.
like, let me teach you about Norm Nixon and
Yeah.
these people like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
This
That's
is what
what's
you
up.
love.
So from that, you're a big time fan. It stays with you to this day, which makes sense. You're a big fan of the logo, Jerry West, who is basically, I mean, they really should name the Executive of the Year award after him, because I mean, my man killed it almost every year. It was an executive for like every team, the Dubs,
Right.
Fakers, every damn body. Like, dude is a shit. But so you wanted to, after having all this success and working in these different sports, you wanted to do basketball.
Yeah.
Why? You wanted to run a basketball team.
I wanted to run it.
Wow.
I wanted to be that shirt and tie on the sideline exec.
Pat Riley looking
that-
smooth and
that-
shit. You
that
want to dress
smooth
like
in.
Pat.
If I had some
Casey
hair,
Jones.
I'd throw it to the back with some, with the gel in it and
Gel
all
in
of that.
it. Yeah.
But I was into that part.
Yeah.
I never came in thinking I would coach, even though I ended up dabbing into coaching a little bit.
Okay.
But just coming in and bringing it. And then part two, what really made it for me is bringing basketball back to the Loop.
Nice.
You know, I felt like that team needed to be here, and I felt like we needed our own team to be here in our market. That was
Right.
really what made me pull it.
Okay, so we fast forward. So you wanted to jump into coaching. How did you get from wanting to getting in the ABA? Like, why did this come about? And when did the ABA start to resurface?
So the ABA was reorganized in 2000.
Okay. Now, before you jump into that, was that what we talked about when we saw Zeke on the
Right.
cover? I wonder if you remember this, Coach Hill. When Zeke was on the cover of SI and basically trying to tell folks, like, what was it, trying to entice them, like, hey, come on back. What is it? Come on, but he was basically had the old school ABA ball in his hand,
Right.
perfect. Everybody knows that ball is iconic,
Right.
and he's doing his fingers like this, like come on back to the ABA, and then next thing you know, like literally like about 2 months later, my man goes to the Toronto Raptors. You remember that?
That's when he was coming off owning the CBA, wasn't it?
Right.
Right.
He was
Right.
he was running the CBA. He was going to be the commissioner of it.
No, he can't. Yeah, he had actually started owning the CBA.
That's true. Didn't he own it too? He was going.
So
yeah.
I think that's what pulled him away from the ABA deal.
Okay.
I believe, because he was doing the commish, and then it was like they kept dangling the carrot between those two, and I think he went the CBA route. I believe.
I thought he went from ABA straight to the Raptors.
No,
No,
I don't think
he
it was
went-
CBA.
I think he went
in,
CBA
no, he was in the
first.
CBA
For
first.
real?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said in 2000 the ABA started to get resurfaced in 2000.
7 teams.
17.
7 teams. They
Okay.
went in with the NBA, got the licensing agreement. 7 teams came out the gate.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, the CEO had to make that 7th team, the 8th team, so that we can keep the agreement.
Wow.
They had to have 8 teams. They had to maintain 8 teams.
Why? Why is that?
That was just the licensing agreement with the NBA.
Oh, so when they came back in 2000s, they only came back under a licensing deal with the NBA?
Because, the merger, so as a part of the merger, he had to have the rights to reorganize the ABA.
Oh, because the NBA has the rights.
Right.
Wow.
Right. But
Okay.
now that deal happened. They broke that down. They did the deal where he could come back, bring the ABA back, but he had to have 8 teams, and there was certain.
Now, who's he?
The CEO, Joe Newman.
Joe Newman.
Out of Indianapolis.
So he's the one that owns it and runs it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, actually, you'd be happy to know we just appointed for the first time new president of the league is a brother.
Oh, wow.
A brother from Baltimore. His name is Greg Brown.
Okay.
Big shout to Greg Brown.
Shout out Greg Brown.
Yeah,
Sure.
and he's just coming in this year as a president.
Okay.
But Joe Newman did a great job. He did a great job of bringing it back. He actually had to bring in that 8th team and make a team just to keep the agreement.
And this was back in 2000.
That was in 2000.
Wow. 22 years ago.
Can you give us like a couple of the cities that were
Back then or now?
Good question.
either back then? For
Back
context.
then, it Indy, Shreveport, Miami. Hardaway was in there for a minute.
Tim?
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway
ownership wise.
Yeah, ownership wise.
Okay.
I think there was a few people out west. I mean, it was really spread out. Since then, now we are 150 teams. Am I going too fast to that part?
No, you good.
Over 150 teams nationwide.
I'm going to bring you back.
Plus, we got international affiliates. So we've got ABA Canada.
That's what I saw on
We
the
got
website.
we got ABA Mexico, Australia.
That makes them. I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
I'm
you
sorry,
good.
But that makes them like they're actually the biggest professional basketball league in the world.
Wow.
Right.
Because they have all these different leagues. And when I saw that, I'm like, man.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, that's really nice.
That is.
Yeah, like you said, ABA Mexico,
Yeah.
ABA Canada.
Yeah.
It was.
Australia, all of that.
You said 155 teams total now?
Nation over 155.
Wow.
Now-
And that's
That's domestic.
okay.
That's just
now,
in the U.S.
Now, when they went out in 2000, did you jump on with them? No, you jumped on five,
Yeah.
6 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, 2017.
Now, how come if they were Joe, the guy from Indiana, what's his name again? Joe
Newman.
He owned them, but did he co-own it with the NBA?
No.
Okay, so he owned
owns
it
the
outright.
ABA.
He
Outright.
bought the rights from the NBA.
Right.
Okay, so so maybe that because it's 22 years and we have not heard too much or nothing from y'all on a national scale. And then on ESPN a few years ago, I want to say either right before during the pandemic, it was the basketball league, the TBL. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is that? Like, I would rather see y'all.
How nice can I be? They're ABA haters. It was
okay.
a
Tell the truth.
defector. The guy that runs the TBL, we familiar with him. He actually came through the ABA.
Wow.
And it's one of those deals we just talked about. I'm going to go do a bigger, better deal, come out the back door,
Wow.
suck a few teams away,
Yeah.
and springboard what he's doing. He's doing a great job,
Yeah.
for himself.
Right.
He's
right.
doing a great job for himself.
Okay.
And, even the ABA had the ESPN deal. We was on ESPN 3, I think, a few years back.
Okay.
Like 2010, 15, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And but he was able to come in. I mean, he negotiated a big deal for himself.
Right.
And some of the teams that have gone over there are doing what they do, but it's just not the ABA.
Right. Right.
It's just not the ABA. And I think what we do that's better, that we make a bigger difference on, is that you got people like me and you that are sitting across that floor, that are owning teams, that are running markets, that own their different regions and so forth like that.
Right.
And making an impact.
Right.
And then you just can't take away from that.
Yeah.
And what I love about what Mr. Newman did, I always will love, is he gave people like us a seat at the table.
Nice.
You know what I'm
nice.
saying?
There you go.
It wasn't just a good old boys club.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when a brother like me called, I reached
Right.
out, just on a humbug. I was like, I'm gonna reach out and just see what it does.
Right.
And I sent a letter in and requesting the market. I told him about what we had going and everything. He said he came out of a meeting and called me back. Like 15 minutes later, he called me back. Was like, I was so excited to see somebody from St. Louis. We've been wanting a team back in St. Louis for years, and this is the perfect time and whatnot. And man, in a week we had that deal done.
Well, Damon, talk about that, man. Like, what made you reach out to Mr. Newman? Why? Well, you answered this before, that you wanted to bring basketball back to St. Louis, but who did you get with here and was like, you know what? Let's get with the ABA. Let's contact Mr. Newman. How did that come about?
I'm kind of crazy. I probably didn't have enough sense to pull some people to the table.
Right.
It was just me.
Yeah.
And I decided that's what I was going to do. I called Mom and some people like that and was like, hey, this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Some of my friends and said, this is where I'm going to. They have been supporting me on the football side, so they kind of know how things worked. But to say, hey, this is what we're going to do, take it next level.
Right.
And then to a national league on this level, iconic league like that.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity came, I just said, well, let's see if it works.
Yeah.
And I just kept sticking my toe in the water. And after a while, I was ankle deep. And after a while, I was waist deep. And here we are.
But I want to know, like, the ins and outs. Like, did you have to come up with money? Like, what was your plan? Was
Big
it
money.
always ABA? Like,
Yeah.
what was the deal?
It was always ABA and probably always will be.
Okay.
That was my first team of choice.
I like that.
My league of choice.
Okay.
I'm nostalgic.
Okay.
So I love the concept of what the ABA was.
Right.
I wanted to bring back that.
Right.
Anybody can just go hoop and play in the league, but I wanted that. I wanted that iconic red, white, and blue ball.
Right.
I wanted, and then I learned.
Ball means something.
I feel you. Yeah. I learned the
got it.
other pieces.
Right.
I learned that our game is more exciting. We don't have NBA money. But what the talent that we have out there and what we do in the game and the way our game is designed.
Right.
Like, we watch NBA games, we fans, but what's the part of the game to watch? The fourth quarter, right? We see it jump off and then it's like, okay, what's it looking like around this time? Okay, we know how this game is going to go. Let's check out the end of the game and see if they close it out.
Well, I watched the whole thing, but yeah, maybe a casual fan.
Well, I mean, but I'm talking about casual fans. Yeah, casual fan. We coaches. So we analyzing what happened and when it happened.
Exactly.
That's why,
He hates casual fans. I get it.
like Boston, we would analyze why it is they didn't win the finals.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We would analyze that, but we ain't going to do that yet.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
But
That's the past.
Yeah.
We on the next season.
ABA basketball, fast pace. It's touch and go. We've got a 3D rule that's unique only to our league. That the 3D rule is you get a turnover in the backcourt. So, you got the timeline. You got 8 seconds in the NBA to get it across. We only got 7. You got 7 seconds to get it across. You don't get it across, or you get a turnover in the backcourt. Then the siren lights start going off, and the other team gets an extra point during that possession.
What?
Incentive, we going to play defense.
So if they shoot a 3, they get a 4.
If you shoot a 3, you get a 4.
Do you have to score to get that extra point?
Yeah, you score.
It
When you score.
like you said, it incentivizes
Yeah.
the defense.
Layup is a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
3-pointer is a 4. We
Wow.
actually have a 4-point shot from half court. 4-point shot
Man, these are
is
great
a 5.
ideas. Who came up with those ideas?
That's part of the league plan. When,
Wow.
Those
Mr.
are
Newman
great
and them pull it
ideas.
together.
You talking about a 5-point?
A 5-point shot.
5-point shot. Now, and I'm so glad you brought this up. And these are the questions that I'm going to ask, bruh. And he probably might know where I'm coming from with it. And this is the stuff that was said about the ABA back in the 70s.
Right?
Don't you think some of that stuff is a little gimmicky?
Yes.
Like, I love the answer. Yes.
But
Right.
the only thing that they were saying was gimmicky in the 70s was the 3-point shot.
Right.
Everything else was just straight basketball.
You
Well, they
already
said
on my page.
no, because of the way it was chronicled in Semi-Pro, the movie that Will Ferrell made, which I love. Like
Semi-pro was loosely based on it.
Yeah,
not
you true,
completely.
but
Like we said, all of that's not true, right?
It was loosely based. It was an
Very
entertainment,
loosely based.
But basically, that's the type of stuff they had to do to grab a crowd. They had to, what is it? They had to have crazy stuff to get people there.
And
You know
they
what I'm
still
saying?
doing crazy stuff.
Right.
They got the lady out there on the unicycle kicking plates up in the air.
They
But
do
you
that
got,
in
but
the
you
They
NBA.
still
got, but you
doing
got to
it,
also remember. You're talking. Let's say, remember, we're talking about late '60s, early '70s, and the mindset, as far as sports marketing, was always set from Bill Veeck from
Right.
baseball.
Who's Bill Veeck?
Bill Veeck was it the White Sox or the Indians? It was one of the two. But he was known for the.
To have like stuff
was
to
known
get. I've
for
heard
the-
about
he
that
was
dude.
known for
Yeah,
gimmicks.
was the White Sox.
Yep, it was
That's
White
what
Sox.
the mindset was.
Yep.
Always back then was you
Yeah.
got to do something to try to grab the attention. You got to do something wild to get people's attention.
I get that, and
I don't think it was as wild as some of the stuff that was. I know Semi-Pro is joking,
Right.
But there was some gimmicks because you got to also think you're going up against the machine.
Coach, I get you. You 1,000% correct. But I mean, and I'm not trying to belittle the ABA. I know y'all got to do what y'all got to do, but it's just like it's almost. I'm not gonna say it's the same thing because y'all ball is a lot better. But it almost sounds like you got lights, you got sirens going off, you got a 5-point shot. I want to hear the other crazy stuff y'all got going. Almost sound low key like a big 3 type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Like,
3 came from us.
of course.
Big 3 came
Of
from
course,
us.
of
So
course.
so what are they doing? They saw what we do well, and they said, "Man, we can capitalize on this. We
Right.
can't do them, but we can make it a 3-on-3 and do the same thing.
Right.
We can pull in those concepts that say we want the skill of basketball, but we want the excitement that keeps the fan engaged.
Right.
Coaches, we gonna sit back. We looking at how the ball movement. We looking at this. The fans want to see the highlights. ESPN is not based on theory; it's based on entertainment.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's very true.
people are coming back and they want to see the excitement of the game. Ooh, here you go, round the back. Did this off the rim, nothing but net. Bam. That's what they're looking for.
Right.
So when we get that entertainment where somebody's not walking the ball up the floor, but half the game you're going to see a full court man-to-man, or you're going to see presses and traps and things like that, and the ball is moving, and you got to actually play ball, or else you're going to get that turnover, get the extra point, and scores run up real quick.
That rule right there need to be international. That is great.
Yes.
Just not walking the ball up?
No. Turn over in the backcourt, get an extra point.
Yeah.
That's
That's
genius. That is
mean-
genius, man. Like he said, think about how hard it's finna make the defense play super hard.
Yeah. Especially
They
in the
finna
backcourt.
they finna turn it up.
Yeah.
And the game is
yeah.
not out
And
of
the
reach.
offense finna
Yeah.
turn. They finna go hard.
Yeah.
They trying to get that extra point.
That's true. That is a nice
Championship game, not this year, but a year ago. Championship game, we got the Chicago Fury and Jacksonville Giants.
Okay.
Jacksonville actually ended up winning the game. Chicago was up 11 halfway through the fourth period.
Wow.
Up 11. We got down, it was like 3-4 minutes left in the game. Jacksonville, in a matter of a minute and a half, flipped it. And they was up 10.
Wow. Well,
Oh.
that
They
type
was
of
up
stuff
10
happens in the league
in a
too,
minute
though.
and a half.
Yeah.
Did you- No. Did you hear what he just
Flip
said?
it.
Well, okay. They were up 11 with how much left?
With like 3-4 minutes left. flipped
And
it,
then
and they
went-
was up 10.
It was up 10.
That's a 20-point swing.
21.
That don't
Yeah,
happen in the
yeah,
league.
yeah.
But why?
It don't.
Because
Yeah,
they
it
turned
don't.
up the defense. They got the turnovers.
them
They got
extra
the 3D.
points. Yeah.
And some other stuff happened. So one of the other rules that we have that you will love, Coach, is we don't have a foul out. So we
You
got,
can't foul out the game?
You can, but then there's a exempt player. So I'm in the game. I got 6 fouls. I can declare myself still in the game.
Yeah.
I can still play.
Yeah.
But if I get a foul, number 7, then it's a 2-shot technical for the other team and the ball.
Ooh.
2-shot tech
Keep
in the
your
ball.
hands down.
Say that. Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
You got the place.
So
Say
you-
that one more time.
You got to move your feet, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to move your feet.
So you can. The only way you can foul out is if you what?
You foul out
Yeah.
on 6 foul.
Okay.
Just like everything else.
Yeah.
I get that 6 foul. Coach can declare me back in the game.
Okay.
I can get back in the game. I'm good. Play on. No harm, no foul. But if I foul, it's a 2-shot technical for the other team and the ball.
Okay. But you're still able to play.
But I'm
though.
still able to play. With 10 fouls, I can keep playing. So you got that key player where they, here we are in the NBA game.
Yeah.
They got that 4th, 5th foul.
Yeah.
Now they playing off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they
yeah.
slowing down. No, they coming with it.
True, but you got to play off too. If you got 6 fouls, you got to play off a little bit too. You can beat you. The only difference to me is you're still out on the court as opposed to you'd be on the bench. But you
Right.
still got to fall back a little bit because you can't be as aggressive.
So now imagine Draymond with the opportunity to still be in the game.
Oh, well, they
in
let
the
that fool
fourth
play
quarter.
football.
Yeah,
They let him
he
play
can still be in the game with 6 fouls. So he's smart enough to know how to turn it on and off when he got 6 fouls.
Because you got to look at
But
it.
he
all-
can
but
come
look
out
at it.
there
But look at it
aggressive.
from the other coach's perspective. Who you think we finna put in pick and roll?
Right.
We are
Right.
finna attack him
And we
wherever
gotta
he
attack
at. I don't
Right.
care who checking him.
You ain't lying.
Who he
Exactly
on.
how
Ain't lying.
Jacksonville flipped it.
Wow.
Exactly. So they had their center, which was beast. You know what I'm saying? The Chicago center was a beast. He was coming out there, he was playing the 4 and the 5, but he was killing it. Well, then they kept putting him in the pick and roll, Now he was a 6 foul player. Plus they was getting the turnovers in the backcourt. So you getting the extra point. Plus you getting the 2-shot tech. You
Oh
see what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
adding on.
you
Yeah.
adding on all in the same play.
Right.
So in
right.
one play, we caught him in the trap. Boom. Now he's got the 2-shot technical. Plus we got the ball. Plus we got on a shooting foul. You now for the 2 shooting foul, you getting 3 shots.
Okay, see, Damon, Mr. Cannon, you got me locked in. Where the hell can I find ABA games? Like, I need to watch this now.
You need it.
Like,
So
for
we
real, I
won't be
do.
back. We won't be back until October.
Okay, nope, there we go. I'm so glad you said that. Why are y'all competing with the NBA? Like, that's the same thing I loved about the WNBA when the WNBA came out, because when
Right.
they played in the summer. So
Right.
we could actually watch them. Now they play almost coincide with the NBA season, which I think is stupid because it takes eyeballs
No,
off.
they play in the summer, dog.
Well, but some of the
And
games,
now,
yeah,
they kind of overlap.
it overlaps now because of COVID. But before COVID, they used to try to. They did play in the summer, I think, but now because of COVID, I think they overlap and they go into the NBA season, which I do not like. Why are y'all going into the NBA season?
Because we're not competing with the NBA.
But you are essentially, Damon. Even if consciously or unconsciously, you're competing against them.
We're competing, but that's not the goal. So when we think about it, basketball season is basketball season.
Yeah.
If we play in the summer, we're competing with Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
If we play,
That's the difference between this new ABA and the old ABA. The old ABA was actually competing with the NBA.
Yeah, true.
Right.
We're like he's saying, they're just a league, in a excuse me, and with multiple entities.
Right.
Actually, the question I want to ask is, at the end of everybody's proverbial season, ABA Australia, ABA Mexico, do the champions play each other in like a tournament?
no, but that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Need that.
But we haven't had that yet. I'm sure
Okay.
gonna run that up the ladder though.
Right.
That would be, even if it was just an exhibition.
Yeah.
We
Definitely.
play kind of our championship is kind of like an NCAA March Madness type of format.
Ooh.
So we've got
that.
8 regions,
Okay.
and each of those regions play a regional tournament.
Brackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they play down, and the winner of that region plays at the final 8.
Now, what teams are in the St. Louis region?
well, of course, St. Louis is the best team. We've
right.
got the Indiana Lions in Indianapolis. Music City Jazz won our region this past season out of Nashville.
I thought it was Nashville.
Yeah. We have who else? I'm trying to think. Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay.
The Clarksville Phoenix.
If you want to look them up, feel free to look them up.
Well, I better know. I'm the regional director. I'm
Right.
supposed to know.
I want to know every team.
We got Colorado. We got a new team, the Crossovers in
Okay.
Colorado. We got a new team coming in Kansas City.
Yeah.
We have a team in Columbia, the Missouri Capitals.
Yeah.
So those are the standout teams in that region.
And you guys are October to what?
October to March, and then the finals are in April.
Now, do you guys?
Jeez.
You
Oh
got,
my God. How long has it been this time of year?
All the way
All
since 2000.
since 2000.
Yes.
now on road trips, are these personal cars, bus, carpool?
Good question.
Mostly buses.
Buses.
Mostly buses.
Chartered?
Charter buses, vans. Whatever the case.
Okay.
The way we set up now, with more teams, with more teams, the way we're set up now, we can kind of limit travel. We're going to Chicago, we're going to Columbus, Ohio. We're going to Nashville. Louisville is another one of the teams in our region. 4 or 5 hour trips, 6 hour trips. We always take a trip to Atlanta. We had a team in Hawaii. We made that trip as well.
Nice.
So we got teams in Vegas, LA,
Now,
all up
typically,
and down the coast.
Okay.
typically at a game, you can figure how many fans.
Not enough. Not enough. And unfortunately, that's I shouldn't say unfortunately, but that's where we're working now in our opportunity. So we're going to be at Harris Stowe
Okay.
this fall.
Nice.
It really was hard to get us to that point, but we've gotten to that point that we're going to be there.
Where were y'all playing before?
Some are everywhere.
Okay.
In your backyard, down the street, wherever we can
That
get
helps
in.
a lot when
Right.
you got to
Yes.
secure when you can secure a facility.
Yeah.
It's same as like when you practice trying to get somewhere to practice for your kids team.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's the hardest thing. You
Yeah.
got everything else. And you're like,
Trying
man, we
to
don't
find
have
a
nowhere to
venue.
practice.
Trying to find a venue. Just
And
like
people got to know you there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We go into a Cardinals game, you don't say where they're going to be.
Right.
We're
Right.
going to a Cardinals game.
Right.
And so being there, that partnership with Harris Stowe is going to be great. We're glad to be there. We're glad to be in the city.
Okay.
We're glad to be in a place that we can contribute to,
Yeah.
as well as, do what we're doing. And excited about just bringing the whole town out.
Right.
Bringing the city out and be able to see us. We're going to do some exciting things with kids in our community, because it's one thing to be a fan. It's another thing to be able to be on the floor with our guys, shake hands, take selfies, do all that stuff like that.
Right.
That you don't get to do in the cheap seats.
So you're
at
gonna be
at a
very
game.
interactive. So like,
Absolutely.
yeah. So players can
Yeah.
get to know the
Yeah.
kids can get to. That's what we need.
Which is why we're not in competition.
Right.
And what do you guys typically? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Doug. Where do you guys typically draw your players from?
We have had players, our team have had players from all over the Midwest. Our first year back, actually, we had a guy from Africa. Our center was from Africa. We had a guy from Memphis area, a couple of guys from that way. Kansas, guy that played in a school in Kansas, and everywhere in between. So we pull guys from everywhere. But right now, we've been capitalizing on that St. Louis talent.
Nice.
I mean, we've got some awesome talent
Nice.
in St. Louis that goes everywhere else. Now they can be here,
Okay.
and they can be hometown heroes. One of our guys that's overseas right now, playing for the summer, which is another reason why we played there, because
Okay.
then guys get to get overseas deals too.
Oh, that's why you all do it in the fall.
Yeah.
So over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Martavian Payne,
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay is on our team.
Who's Tay? Who's Tay? Who this?
A bucket.
A bucket.
A
bucket.
Nice. Okay.
Literally,
Nice.
seriously, last year, footage from Show Me League? That's what D Wade was talking about him on TNT.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, D Wade was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that man's a bucket.
Wow.
Right.
Like, he was a bucket in high school.
Props.
Yeah.
Props.
Easily.
What school
Yeah.
you go to?
Imagine.
He
and
went to
then,
Majestic Academy, then went to Mizzou for a minute,
Bet.
and then came home.
I remember Imagine. I didn't know Imagine
Yeah.
did basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and
where
that,
Coach
and that's what we
Aaron's
do.
son coach.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what we do. So we can have Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
We can create a platform for him here, whereas he wasn't getting on nowhere else.
Right.
Right. We've got Timmy Goodwin, You know, Jordan Goodwin's brother.
Who's Jordan Goodwin?
I mean, yeah, he's playing in the NBA.
Okay.
You know, some of those guys like that we create opportunity.
Jordan Goodwin went to Mizzou.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we create opportunity for those guys here that they can come and be on a national stage.
Right.
But be in their own backyard.
Right.
And be hometown heroes. So we doing that.
That's what's up.
We doing that. And NBA can't do it like us.
Well, see, and you're right to a certain extent. And when I say I don't get me wrong, like, hear what I'm saying. Like, y'all are competing against the NBA, and you literally are when you're going. Like, if you played at a different time of year, it's a little different. But you're almost competing head to head with them because you're playing at the same time of year. But you're also, even if you played in the summer, you'd be competing against baseball. You're competing against the internet. You're competing against movies, streaming services.
Summer League.
NBA Summer League. So you would always have some sort of competition. So, you know, whatever time of year y'all have it and it works for y'all, I'm glad that y'all do that. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to have eyeballs on this, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make this happen. I mean, even if it has to do with doing shows from Harris Stowe.
You got to be there
during games. I would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that would 1,000% work. That would be dope.
You got to be there on the sideline, man. Let's set you up.
You got to set us up, bro.
Do the pre and the post, all of that.
Yeah, we need to do that.
When typically were games usually scheduled? Like
weekends, Saturdays, Sundays.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Saturday, Sunday evenings.
I would love to do a pregame and postgame show for y'all.
Let's just
I could 1,000%
October 30th.
Okay.
Put it on the calendar.
Okay, bet. We got to work that out, man.
That's a Sunday too. So you right on
bet.
time.
What time do y'all play?
We're gonna play at 3. So you there?
Ooh, yeah. Shoot, I would have to. You know what? Probably days when you have live games, I'll probably have to I'll just do my. You know, maybe the episode will be from there. Yeah, heck
just
yeah.
do the
we'll
remote
like
from
that
there.
Works. What was the other thing I was going to say? So where can people find your merch? You got merch?
Merch contract. We're doing a deal with Wilson right now.
I hate Wilson. Spalding.
Yeah. Tell Spalding to hit me up. I
love the right. Spalding hit the ABA up because y'all need to be back with them, especially since you messed around and lost the damn NBA ball with your dumb ass.
Right.
Y'all had that for the last 40-some years.
They lost the NBA ball and they lost our ball. They actually had
our
ball too.
They had y'all ball too? What happened?
No, that's above my pay grade.
I don't know. See, I tell you one thing. Ever since I think that company got bought, they're not in Massachusetts anymore, and they're not produced in Western Mass, where I'm from, in Chicopee, Mass, like they used to be. It's not ran right anymore. It's probably owned by some conglomerate somewhere damn else. It's trash.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, from what I had read, they want to focus more on the
tennis balls
equipment side. And not the ball side.
That is
the equipment and the apparel side. They want to get away from the basketball. Not so much the apparel, but the equipment side. Because they big in doing everything else. But to everybody else, we wondering like, y'all had the number one ball. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's like that's like Major League Baseball saying, we don't want the Rawlings baseball.
Yeah, we don't.
Right. That'd be crazy as hell. Like,
he's like then. But remember when they started tampering with the ball years ago? We had the synthetic ball.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And the players didn't like that.
Yeah,
and that was a harbinger right there to let us know, like, this something strange is going on with Spalding.
I just hate the fact that Spalding lost that. Like I said, they had it forever. They need to get it back. I don't think the company is focused on, like you said, on basketball no more. And then what other equipment do they make? Do they make pads? Do they make jock straps?
Everything,
man.
Oh, they make all that stuff?
All that kind of stuff.
Okay, because guess what? If I need some boxing gear, I'm not going to Spalding. I'm probably going to go to Ringside or.
But if you need a backboard, you might be getting that Spalding backboard.
That's true. I definitely want that.
And that glass backboard costs a lot.
Yeah, dude. Like, come on, Spalding, get your game back. But
they still sell. They still sell a lot of balls.
And apparel.
They just
I know
don't
they trying
have.
to do apparel. Who ain't nobody trying to wear no Spalding shirt. Like,
people will wear anything.
I remember that being a clothing line.
But they had, Spalding had shoes for a long time.
I doubt it. Yeah. But you're right, they didn't. They were ugly as hell. So they lost. So they were stupid enough to they lost the NBA ball and you guys' ball. You guys are with Wilson. Right. So you're about to establish a merger deal.
Yeah, I mean, the good and the bad is about what we do. Is that we don't have those national contracts.
Okay.
Like, we're not locked in. You got to use Reebok. You got to use Nike.
Right.
So region to region, team to team, we can do our own local deals.
There you go.
And lock that down, which is a great opportunity for us because it breeds what? Competition.
There you go.
You know, somebody else has got to come to the table and say, hey, we want your business.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing on that.
Any sponsorship like NBA?
Man, that's what we miss. That's what we miss. We don't get the NBA dollars.
No. I mean, like if a certain company wanted to, you know, put a patch on a jersey.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know something, tell them call me.
Now, see, and I'm glad you brought that up, Damon. You're okay with that because I don't like the fact that they're starting to make NBA jerseys look like NASCAR. I don't like that shit. Like, you okay with that? You okay with Vistaprint being on your freaking jersey now? Like,
Yeah.
for real?
I don't give a damn about that.
Wow.
It's the only thing that matters to me.
Yeah, no, I don't want my
Because
stuff.
you got to think about it. Look how many different companies, you know, had the jersey contract. You know, for years, Majestic had a contract with baseball.
Yeah, but no other league besides, well, the WNBA does it because they have to do it. But you don't see any other major league with any other logo on their jerseys other than the league and the people who make it.
It's leaving money on the table, though.
No,
Yeah,
but
because that's been coming. Everybody knows that's been coming. That's been down the road for years.
nobody else does it though, Coach. Nobody.
Worldwide, they've been doing it.
That's
We're-
worldwide.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care what FIFA
No,
and Lou
but
and
this
then
what
people
I'm
do.
saying.
I don't care.
When we as the USA first started seeing it naturally to us, we was like, oh man, that's strange. But
That's
you know
what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's actually progressed onto that now. Like when you see an MLS jersey, you're gonna see the sponsor.
Yeah, it looks like NASCAR.
You're not gonna see the team.
I don't even know who the teams are with MLS.
But this is how everything progressed on to. Like my man has a marketing degree.
Yeah.
And this is what the game has progressed to.
But you're okay with that. I can see. I know you are because you're a businessman.
I don't give
but
a
you're
damn.
okay with that.
It's the only name that matters.
But so what if they start doing it like La Liga and FIFA, where it's so many freaking logos, you don't know who's who. Y'all still down with that?
It's never going to be to the point where you're not going to see this brand. But I'm not saying.
Of course, but again, to what we just said, there's so many logos on FIFA. I don't know what the team
Have
is.
you ever looked at an NCAA championship football game?
Yeah, but
You
I
see
don't
how many
like.
patches are on those jerseys. It's like six.
But it's not
patches
logos.
It's like
It's not like
six
brands.
patches.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
the patch for the bowl game. It's the NCAA patch. It's the conference patch. Dude, it's like
Yeah, but is it companies? Is it brands? No, it's all people that are that.
it's the brand that
Like it's
where-
Capital One because it's the
Yeah.
Capital One Cotton Bowl.
You seen Capital One on jerseys?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've never seen that. I've
It's
never
just
seen
part
it.
of the
Like I
whole
said, just-
bowl patch
Yeah,
or
it's-
whatever.
It's like six patches on the jersey. Because don't forget, you got the USA flag.
Yeah.
It's a lot of patches on the
I
on the NCAA jersey, dog.
Yeah, to me, and I get your point, Damon, because of course you think you're leaving money on the table. I just don't like it. I think it makes the jerseys look cheap. I think it makes them makes it look like a NASCAR. Makes it look like NASCAR. I don't like it. But I guess where would you? That's my question to you. Where would you stop?
There's a limit. I was
Yeah.
just going to say, I think there should be a limit. At the point that it just looks tacky and it looks like graffiti.
Yeah.
I'm not with it. I love the jersey. I'm good with the shoulder patch or the sublimated deal. I'm good with that. I'm even good with a patch on the back or a emblem on the back. But we got like 5 or 6 different companies all over the thing.
Yeah.
That's a little too much to
Yeah,
me.
I think it is.
But you got to think about it also in terms of this. When you look at a game, everything is sponsored. Every
Right.
last thing is sponsored.
Oh, I'm cashing that
I mean,
check.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You
I'm
got
cashing that check and
I
getting over
get
it.
that.
the
though.
Reese's Pieces
Right.
Halftime show.
mid-quarter coaches kind of, come on, man.
They don't do it like that.
It is.
Actually, you know what?
In theory,
Yeah.
it is sort of like that.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right. You sure?
Right.
It's like, come on, man. You don't
you're
need every segment to be sponsored.
Every
Come on, man.
commercial.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I like. The little inside joke that they have on Inside the NBA with Ernie.
Uh-huh.
Not sullied by sponsorship
Yeah,
since
since 1989,
1989.
right?
You know what I'm
Sponsored
saying?
by nobody. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because
I like
you
that
get,
though.
You get tired of hearing that.
He
man.
did have a sponsorship though for that. Well, I just want to say that. Like one of them years, he had a sponsorship for like an entire season. But anyway,
You sure?
yeah, I remember it. I remember seeing the logo. And matter of fact, it may not have been a whole season. It may have been like just during the playoffs. I remember seeing the logo. I was shocked. I was like, "Oh, snap! He got a logo." And Jet was like, "Oh, you finally got a sponsor." You know what I'm saying? But all right,
I got to see this footage.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's 100% true. What's okay? So we can watch you guys' games on YouTube. Where can we find it on YouTube?
There's a channel. Actually, we're actually reconstructing the YouTube channel. We had a whole social media website blow up thing. The company we was with for years actually just up and went out of business. So we had to have everything reconstructed, but we'll definitely be back up on YouTube. Right now, you can catch us definitely on Facebook, on our Facebook page, which is just St. Louis Spirits Basketball. If you just go searching on YouTube, you'll find some old games from the last few years.
Now, what do you guys do or / plan to kill the misconception of some people who be like, oh man, the old ABA, they was having problems paying guys and blah blah blah, things like that.
Right. Good
They
question.
did. That's not a misperception. They did have a problem paying guys. That's why they sold the league. They did the merger to bring. They were better, stronger together. With us, we're a different market, and again, that's why I say we're not competing. We're there in a place to where we're not trying to hand out those $200 million contracts. We're a platform for people to get there. So if you can go get your NBA money, go get that. And there's no shame on us, and there's no shade against them for the people that do that. But what about the other guys? You know what I'm saying? There's 32 teams in NBA, 32 teams with
13,
15
players.
guys on the roster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what about the rest of the hoopers and the rest of the nation?
It's a lot of other people.
So we give them a platform where they can compete on a high level.
Right.
And if we had NBA money, if we had the TV contracts and things like that, we would be competing the same way on that level. We don't. But also because of that, you could bring your whole family to an ABA game.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm 6'4", 6'5". I hoop all the time. I work.
You don't hoop
No.
still.
Hypothetical situation.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
What I'm saying is, I want to hear your recruiting pitch. You see me hooping somewhere. Now you like, oh, okay, he nice. I can tell he nice.
Got a 9 to 5.
You pull me to the side, recruit me to play in your league. You
Good
feel what I'm
question,
saying?
Coach.
You spot on, because this league is designed exactly for you, because you still got game. You still got game. You want to play on a high level, outside of playing at the Y or at the Rec or whatever. But, man, here you can compete on a national stage. We're going to let you keep your full-time job, do what
I
you do.
can keep my job, man. Okay,
You can
man.
keep your full-time job. You can practice in the evening when we have our practices, and then you can travel with us on the weekend, amen, and go play incredible basketball all around the country, if not internationally, and have a great time.
But my job got to let me off. I got to be off on the weekend.
Figure that out, man. We're going to play 20 games.
Okay.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
Work your schedule. If that works for you, here's an opportunity. Here's an open door for you.
Here's something too. Is it? What's the word I'm looking for? And I'm not going to get too much in your business. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much in your business because I just don't want to get too much in your business, even though I could dig deep. But is it? I don't expect to be rich off of ABA. Hooping at Harris Stowe, this, that, and the third. But is it financially worth it for me to do it? Like, am I getting something?
Yes.
And is it consistent?
You're getting something. You're getting something consistent.
Okay.
You're not going to be rich.
Right. Right.
Or you could be rich.
Okay.
But we're not there yet.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot more investment, a lot more of what you're putting in than the reward that you're getting on the back end. That's like, okay, and I made $1.
Right.
And
Right.
and I enjoyed the ride.
Right.
Right. If I make $100,000 next season, I'll be ecstatic.
Right.
I'll be ecstatic.
Right.
I would say, to piggyback on what he's saying, also, when you hear the stories of guys like PJ Tucker,
Right.
when you hear the stories of guys who toiled around in the different leagues, this is what that is about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why you're not in the league right now.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to get to that point, or some other league, Maccabi, Tel Aviv, whatever, you trying to be seen.
Right.
How somebody gonna see you if you ain't on the court now? What make your league? Man, I'm giving you the infrastructure and telling you and showing you, what, like you're saying, you get a 20-game schedule. It's for someone who, like you said, is still hoops on a regular basis and is in shape. It would seem like a dream scenario.
Absolutely.
It would seem like a dream scenario.
I
Seriously.
think so. I'm excited that it's even going down. Here's a quick thing before we wrap up today. Old story. Did y'all? How many teams did Doctor? It's almost like a trivia question. I'm gonna ask y'all right now, and listen to the way I word this. How many teams did Dr. J sign to in the NBA? How many teams did he sign to?
2.
Name them.
NBA?
That would
NBA.
be the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks.
Ding, 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 ding. Well, no, you forgot about the Nets though. Didn't he play for the Nets in the NBA?
New York Nets and the ABA.
But when the merger, he was with the Nets in the NBA.
That's why I said signed to.
Yeah, that's why I said signed.
Because the 76ers was in the ABA.
No, but he didn't play for the 76ers till they was in the NBA.
Right.
Wait, the 76ers started off in the
ABA.
You sure about that? No, they started off in the NBA because they were they were the Philadelphia Warriors, and then maybe I gotta look into
to
that.
Oakland.
Yeah,
And
I got to check into that.
The
But
Warriors moved to Oakland.
yeah,
And when
76ers came.
it might be true.
Yeah.
What is it? He signed.
That's what we were saying before about the original ABA
Right.
competing with the NBA, but they had NBA level talent.
They did, and NBA level teams, and all that. He signed with the Atlanta Hawks. I just found this out recently. He signed with the Atlanta Hawks because the Squires owner was so cheap and always was bouncing checks with players. He signed with them, and it was a litigation. It was a fight between the Atlanta Hawks owner and the Virginia Squires owner, and of course turned into an ABA-NBA fight of who was going to get this player because he literally jumped ship right before the season was supposed to start for the ABA and went to the NBA and was with the Hawks for 2 weeks in preseason and ended up having to go back because of court litigation. You know what I'm saying? How many people know that? Like that's crazy as hell.
I did.
So,
You asked, and I
you
answered.
did say Atlanta. So I just think that's crazy.
I mean, that's also one of the reasons why. Like we had an argument a long time ago.
Go ahead.
And I was saying about how people don't give Doc enough credit because, I mean, was it 3 chips in the ABA? Mm-hmm. 2 with Virginia, 1 with New York.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. He was dominant.
Doc get his credit though, man.
No, he don't because Doc has over 30,000 points when you combine the numbers.
Yeah.
The NBA refuses to accept ABA numbers,
Which is, and
that
I
makes
get
no
that.
sense.
I get that, but you can kind of understand why they do that. It was 2 different leagues. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, like you literally just said 30 seconds ago, they had NBA caliber talent, but that's not it's like, okay, the NFL did it when they merged with the AFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but it was, I don't know. I get your point. Maybe they should, but they weren't the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But
that's what I'm saying. But it's called the Professional Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame.
True.
That's a good point.
Man, we are going to wrap this awesome, outstanding episode of High Off the Glass up. Man, we had Mr. Damon Cannon was in the house. Damon, I want to say thank you for coming through. Let folks know the St. Louis. What's our team?
St. Louis Spirits.
St. Louis Spirits brought the name back and everything.
St. Louis Spirits.
And shout out to, man. I just want to say right now, having Coach Hill today to do this is very special to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this man is my family. This man is my big brother. I love this dude like no other. And this cat, when he went to see Boston versus Fakers earlier this year, and that's what y'all is. I'm
Right on.
That's what y'all is. And he came back. My man came back with like exclusive shit for me. My man had a poster of Time Lord, my dude. He had a poster of the Jays for me, JT and JB. I was super geeked about that. And he brought me back a St. Louis Spirits hat.
Wow.
My man gave me a St. Louis Spirits hat.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Months ago, last year, before we even knew about this and what's going on. So major
Y'all
love
got the colors?
Huh?
Y'all got the same colors?
Yeah, we got the burnt orange. Yeah.
Major love to Coach Hill being in the building today and blessing me with that hat.
Glad to be back.
And for real, we happy to have you. And major love to Mr. Damon Cannon.
Cannon.
Cannon. I'm sorry,
like
I'm fucking
DJ
up.
Cannon.
Cannon. I got messed it up. Mr. Damon Cannon for being in the building. Before we bounce, real quick, tell folks where they can find the St. Louis Spirits and where they can find the ABA online.
BasketballSpiritSTL.net. That's where you're going to go for Basketball Spirit. BasketballSpiritSTL.net for all your St. Louis Spirit information. We're on Facebook. We're on the ground. Just St. Louis Spirits or Basketball Spirit. You can catch us on there. The ABA is the real ABA league.
Right.
They're going through a revamp of all of that social media with our new president. So he's putting some new things in place that's kind of exciting.
Okay.
We're actually in the running. I'll give you the exclusive, but we might actually be hosting the ABA finals in the coming season. So we'll have that final.
Bro, we
here.
about to, man.
Yeah,
okay.
that's gonna be what's up.
Great. That's
Yes,
big.
sir.
It's always exciting.
Yes, sir.
And it'd be good to see. Yeah, you can find us everywhere. And I got to give a shout out to the WABA too.
Do that.
To the women. I mean, we
said that earlier.
Yeah, the women's ABA, and our team here actually was in the championship last season.
We have a women's ABA team as well. What's their name?
The Midwest Sound.
Oh man.
Midwest Sound is like that.
Okay.
They just opened up the season last night.
How many teams in the women's ABA?
32 teams in the women's ABA.
Wow.
Now, where do they play their home games?
Yeah.
They're in Florissant at the Egan Center.
Okay.
Oh, that's right up the street from me.
Right
What?
up the street.
Don't
man.
play with me.
Man, they killed it last night.
He's so right. My daughter just had a dance recital up there last weekend, and I saw a picture of some girl holding the ball, and I meant to look at it, but we had to hurry up and get in there for the dance
Yes,
thing.
sir.
That's what that was.
That's what it was. They killed it last night. They gave a team out of Gary, Indiana, gave them 157 points. The ladies scored.
Shh. Where's my horn at? Where's my horn?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted the dang one horn.
4 points away from the WABA record, 161, that our team set.
Damn.
So
It's amazing.
You know, they're dynamic, man. And they were 6 points away from the championship last year. They lost to the team out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Which was an epic battle.
Yeah.
And just the ball bouncing one way or the other.
What?
They could have been
Hey,
national
man.
champions.
All right, look here, man. I don't know who the commissioner is. Who's the commissioner for the ABA?
ABA, well, I'm the regional director.
Right.
The commissioner is the CEO.
Okay,
and
Joe.
the president now,
Okay.
Greg Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want Greg Brown on the show. I want you to hook that up for me.
You got
and
it.
Before we talk to Greg Brown, I want to talk. Who's the commissioner of the women's ABA?
Marsha Blunt.
I want to talk to him. Where's Marsha Blunt?
She's in Jersey.
She's in Jersey, bro.
Yeah.
We can do a Google meet with her.
Yeah.
You here, Coach Hill here. I want to get that
sure.
in. I want to next time. Is there anyone? And matter of fact, when can we talk to the coach there or whoever's running that league or that region here
For the
women's
for the
ABA?
women, our regions are not run that way. They all run out of corporate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In Indiana, where's corporate?
in Jersey.
Jersey. Okay.
Jersey
For
for
women.
them.
Okay.
Just do me a
That
favor.
I
Just-
want to whoever the coach is for the women's ABA team, which is the St. Louis
The Midwest Sound.
Midwest Sound. I
Yeah.
want that coach, please, bro. Get them
You
on the
got
show.
it. I'll hit
I
him
need
up.
to talk to them.
Give Mr. Payne a call. Tell him he's going to be a guest on the show.
Already, he's in overseas now.
Oh,
But
okay.
he'll be back this fall. But
Man,
definitely.
this has been such an enlightening show. I was so glad we got to get this in today. And before we take off, I would like to give a shout out to Never Legal Promotions. They have a awesome second annual 618 Festival Tour. Looks like they're having a wing off, y'all.
I'm with that.
September 10th, 2022, over 1011 West Main, Belleville, Illinois. It is, time is from 12 to 7. They're going to have snow cones, cold beer, raffles, cash prize, photo booth, bounce house, live entertainment, music. I mean, it's going to be dope. And it's basically, it's Never Legal Promotions. And I think, it's just a wing off from what James was telling me last week. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to follow through. If you got any information, if you guys want to be involved in it, you get a hold of Never Legal Promotions. James, his number is 618-985-7661, 618-985-7661. You can find him on Facebook. That's what I call it. James Alexander. Look for him on there, and check out the Wingfest. And major shout out to my boy Pharaoh, also known as Slick Beats. He is the gentleman. All the music that you hear on my show, he is the one who created it. So I got to give him a shout out. Been using his brother's music for a while. He's coming on the show later this month and/or August, and got to give him props for giving me what you about to hear right now. Where is it at? Boom. There it is. So that major props to Slick Beats. You can find him Slick SLICC Beats on IG. That's where you can find that man. There's another place where you can find his music also too, but check him out on IG. Yo, thank you, Damon. Thank you, man.
It's been great, man. Thanks for having us out.
Awesome. I cannot wait to have you back. This was awesome. Major shout out for the return of Coach Hill, everybody. Coach Hill is in the building.
In the building.
And this was, man, we got the ABA Regional Director in the house. Man, this man dropped all knowledge. Y'all need to check out the ABA this fall, October 30th at Harris Stowe University. Is it a university or college?
It's university.
There we go. I said it right. Harris Stowe University, HBCU. Support HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? And support the ABA, because the ABA is dope. We love basketball here. Yo, I'm about to go blow. It's time to smoke. Next week episode, we're going to get heavy into greenery, y'all. We're going to talk to Sheed with the Weed. The guy's local here in St. Louis. He is doing a lot in the cannabis community, so we can't wait to talk to him. Yo, for my special guest, Mr. Damon Cannon. I say it right. There we go. With Coach Hill, I'm Oda Great. Keep smoking, keep hooping. We out. Peace.